What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another spontaneous Crafternoon. My name is Liz, if you didn't know. Let's make another cool, fun wreath. Today, our theme is NCIS, my aunt's favorite show, one of her favorite shows, and I'm a little delayed on my Christmas gift, but I'm going to make her this really fun wreath with Gibbs rules on it. So, let's see where we are. We're going to go off of Gibbs rules, because why not? We're going to work on this wreath, and we're going to chill and chat. Gibbs rules number 1. Never let suspects stay together. Why? If you let suspects stay together, A, they'll probably either gang up on each other and try to blame somebody else, or who knows what else they could do. So we're going to just start working on this wreath here. Already got a little preset going on. So let's go. Hope everyone is doing good on this Thursday, this nice, fine Thursday. Who we got? Gibbs rule number 2, always wear gloves at a crime scene. I'm pretty sure that answer is self-explanatory. Wear gloves so you don't bring your own evidence or your own DNA to a crime scene. Because last thing you want to be is called a suspect because you were lazy and didn't wear gloves and you left your own fingerprint behind. For sure. Always wear gloves at a crime scene. That should just be a given rule. It shouldn't be Gibbs's rule. You should just automatically wear gloves at a crime scene. Gibbs rule number 3. Don't believe what you're told. Double check. Don't just believe anything a suspect tells you or anybody. You want to check the facts, especially if it's involving a naval criminal investigation. Gibbs rule number 4. If you have a secret, the best thing is to keep it to yourself. The second best is to tell one other person. If you must, there's no third best. Because you know how that goes. You start going over or you start talking about something to somebody, but it's a secret. But then that person goes, oh, did you hear that so-and-so said this? And, then your secret's ruined if you tell pretty much anybody. So if you have a secret, I agree with Gibbs. Keep it to yourself. So it's been another one of those weeks, guys. But it was a better week. We'll put it that way. It was definitely a better week. For sure. Yesterday I took my ServSafe exam, and I'm so glad I finally passed. So that was pretty awesome. Really proud of myself. Surprised we got no one in the house yet. I don't mind sitting here talking to myself. I don't mind. I was an only child. I talked to myself all the time. Growing up as a kid. Playing with whatever I was playing with and this and that. I also understand it is freaking nice weather out. So if you're outside working on your RCs, running your RCs, I completely understand. It's beautiful weather out. Go do it. We don't have any I don't have any batteries charged up. I don't know how to charge the RC batteries. So there's that too. Um so yeah, I took that big test I needed to take for work the other day and I did pass, which is a big hallelujah or whatever the heck you want to say. That Serve Safe Food Handlers test, guys, is no joke. It is one hard test. 90 questions on time and temperature control and temperatures. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Food safety being one of the most important. It was a 90 question test. I got a 92%. So, heck yeah, I'm good for another 5 years now. One in the building? Well, gone again. So, yeah. So, we passed. Now I'm good for 5 years. So, now I don't have to worry about it. So, yeehaw. Now, on to the next challenge, adventure. Or like the next challenge. Definitely on to the next challenge, not adventure yet. But now, all right. We got one in the house, two in the house. All right. We're going to move on to Gibbs rule number 5. You don't waste good. What does don't waste good mean by Gibbs? By Gibbs, that could mean a lot of things. I like this next one, though. And I think I need to start. Hey, James. What's going on? How was your first day? Congrats on landing that recycling bin job or recycle job. Congrats. So I just pop on and do a spontaneous. I know it's nice weather out. That's good. That's good. Yeah, like I said, I thought I'd pop on and see if anyone joined me or not, but just here hanging out. I'd sit and craft with everybody and whatnot. All right, here's a good rule. Gibbs rule number 6. Never say you're sorry. It's a sign of weakness. And I can understand that. Because now that I am entering in more into management and whatnot, saying sorry definitely does make you look weak. And I need to start finding my inner confidence again, because how am I going to be a successful manager if I keep cracking under pressure? And whenever I feel like I'm not doing a good enough job, I'm just apologizing. It's just own up and just do better next time. And that's what I got to keep fucking reminding myself, because if I freak out or I keep saying sorry every time I'm being coached, that just makes me look weak. It doesn't make me look like, oh, you're a manager? No. So I need to, quote unquote, put on my big girl pants and fucking learn how to deal with it and have more confidence in myself. So that's where I'm at. when I was working at Taco Bell, I got told all the time, stop saying sorry, stop saying sorry. And then all I could say was, I'm sorry. So, yeah, we're there. So last Friday, I had an interview at Arby's because I'm just trying to get me a little extra part-time job because I am not a fan of being home for I'm not that I'm not comfortable being home alone. It's just I like socializing with people. I like doing things. Um when that's the one thing that kind of sucks when your significant other, you don't have the same schedules. You're always on opposite schedules or different days off or never the same days off. And it's just not fun. And yes, there are things I know I should be doing around the apartment, things I need to get done. But do I do them? No, I'm lazy. And I admit that. I am a little lazy, but who isn't sometimes? But anywho, I applied to Arby's. I went for the interview last week. And I got told I was overqualified to work at fucking Arby's. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? It's fucking fast food. How is anyone overqualified to work at a fast food joint? A- Any anybody? I mean, I honest welcome back, James. I've never been told I've been overqualified to work anywhere before. And for Arby's to tell me I'm overqualified to work for them is kind of pathetic in a way. So I had my interview, talking to the assistant manager, and we're negotiating the pay and what I'd be willing to take if hired, blah 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 blah. And I said, if I was hired on as a crew member, I said, between 15 and 15.50, would be reasonable. And this man looks at me. Shit. I just dropped some wire. That's gonna be fun. This man, anyway. This man looks at me and goes, honey, my crew members that have been here 3-4 years don't even make 15 an hour. I'm like, oh, rough. And then he asked me what I make. I told him what I make as an entry level manager position. And he looks at me and goes, honey, I'm an assistant manager and you're making more than me. I was like, wow, that's pretty bad. So, needless to say, they didn't hire me. But James says I was overqualified to work at Quick Trip. Is that like a gas station, James? So tomorrow I have a interview at the same place that Rob works. Not in the same department, but how are you overqualified to work at a gas station? Wow. So I have an interview at Rob's work tomorrow at the grocery store. Just trying to get like a part-time just to fill in like the 3 days a week that I'm not at Cane's to just make a little extra money to not feel as bank account empty when, the rent comes around or when you need something, you're not worried about it. So I'm hoping that I get it or if they're willing to work with me. I'm hoping that they are because I already have my work schedule all the way out until like April, like the second week of April ish. So that's like the one thing that I do like about like, Canes, like they give us a work schedule every, you know, whenever they give us the schedule, it's out 2 weeks. So that's like pretty nice. So fingers crossed for tomorrow and see what happens. If I could land a part-time job, I'd be a little more less stressed probably. I'm only really wanting a part-time job right now is because I'm on pause with work for traveling where I was making like the really good money. Because now my manager's working on my development and whatnot for my next promotion. But obviously I said, I want to take my time with my development because there's a lot more to learn. Obviously, I need to work on my confidence boost. So I'm not like in a big hurry to like rush through my development, but at the same time, I want to slightly rush through it because I want to get back on the road with work, but they're pretty much putting me on pause until I get that next promotion, which for me kind of stinks because I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of great opportunities and travel opportunities and just trying to make ourselves better financially. But it is what it is, and I just got to push myself, work myself hard to get onto that next promotion, but 3 days, 35 hours a week just doesn't cut it, especially with the way the economy's going. So I'm just trying to do what's best for us right now. So we'll see what happens. So yeah. So keep your fingers crossed for me tomorrow and we'll see what happens. Enjoying a nice little coffee on this nice afternoon. James and whoever else is watching, the two in the house, thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. Do you want the link, James? I can send it to you if you'd like. You just want to chill, that's cool too. I should start calling this the craft and bench session or something. I know no one's really interested in making crafts, but I still appreciate the love. What's going on, James? Doing okay? As best as you can? Are you familiar with the show NCIS, James? Awesome. Yeah, my aunt's like a big fan of like the original show. I was too. It was I could still like tell you like the TV routine when I was like growing up in grade school, like what was on Mondays, Tuesdays, what we watched at this time and that time. Because it was just, the routine for so many years living at home and whatnot. And I remember it was every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, NCIS would be on. We'd sit down and watch it, whatever. That was like kind of the routine for the longest fucking time living at home. Couldn't go wrong, you had NCS on Tuesdays, you had Survivor and CSI on Thursdays. You had The Amazing Race on Sundays. I think Monk was on like Mondays. We had NCIS on Tuesdays. Like we had our. Oh, Mondays was the closer, excuse me. Mondays was the closer in Resilient Isles. And then it was like Major Crimes. But no, like we had like our nightly routine of what was on at what time, what we were watching. But NCIS was always kind of like one of the favorites um over the years and whatnot, and started like rewatching it on was it Netflix or Paramount or whatever the heck we have. And I don't remember a lot of these episodes because I was like little. So I found this cool metal sign that has all of Gid's rules on it, and I thought I'd make it as a gift for my aunt. My aunt likes to write like fan fiction of like NCIS and like reality cop shows. The ones that she likes, I know she writes like her stories and whatnot. And I thought I'd make this for her, whether she puts it in her bedroom or wherever. So, because I'm quirky like that, like my family's kind of odd, and not odd, but like we like our quirky little things and crafts and whatnot. So I hope she likes it. I was supposed to give this to her for Christmas, but I knew I wasn't able to bring a wreath on a train, so I was like, that's not gonna work. All good, James. We'll see you when you come back. Alrighty. So here is our lovely little wreath here. Just gonna start. Welcome back, James. So I've been working on making these little ribbons here. I pre-cut a few. Just gonna start laying them here in the wreath. So a little, just back, give it a little nice little twist. Make sure it's held down. I like wrapping my wreath frames with like the mesh ribbon first, because when you use the mesh ribbon, you got something to kind of net into and tie into the back, versus when you do like where when you don't cover it, you have all these little wires, and I feel like you need to make even more because they slide if you don't cover it, like when it's just like the wire tied to the metal bars. I feel like it slides more and you got to pack more into each section because because they move, and if I feel like it doesn't look as full that way, or you get more white space, I guess. You get more white space on when you do it not wrapping it in mesh, and you have to use more material. So I've noticed when I use the mesh, I don't use as much ribbon as I would when I don't wrap it, if you get what I'm saying. Which I find kind of interesting, honestly, but yeah. And you always end up trimming and making the ribbon pieces look a little bit smaller, because you don't want to make it look like big and like it's crammed, I guess, if you want to say. Oh, I think I'll put you here. A lot of the times it's based on placement and which way your ribbons are kind of facing, in my opinion. All right, we got 3 in the house. Everyone must be getting off work. So, welcome, welcome. Yeah, here we go. That one, I'm going to tuck you back here. We might add some pom-poms in this one. Not quite sure yet. Not sure yet. Like when I was picking out the colors for this one, on what colors to do for the theme of the wreath, I wasn't sure, but I was like, I felt like blues and white would be like the best way to go, because it is kind of, it's NCIS and N stands for Navy, so I went with the blues. If I had like a cool like silvery gray, I probably would have used that too, but I don't. I might leave like some gaps, and I might put like a few like pom-pom balls like in between, so it doesn't like look too overcrowded. No, that's like the fun thing with the race, is like you never know how it's going to turn out or what to expect, really. So, yeah. It's supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow, and I am off. So, definitely going to be taking advantage of that tomorrow, especially if I'm going to be out already for my interview. I might as well try to find something to do while I'm out. Whether it's find a cool park to go for a walk at, maybe I'll take you guys with me. I don't know, but I'm definitely not spending it inside tomorrow if it's going to be that nice. All right, we got 3 in the building. We're going to read off another Gibbs rule. How about that? Gibbs rule number 7. Always be specific when you lie. Usually, you're told not to lie, but if you gotta lie to, a suspect to get them to talk, then yeah, you need to be specific for sure. You always need to listen to Gibbs, because would you want to get Gibbs slapped? Probably not. But if I ever met Mark Harmon, I'd be like, just hit me in the back of the head just once. I want to know what it feels like to be Gibbs slapped. Because that would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Gibbs rule number 8. Never take anything for granted. And I can agree with that. You never want to take anything for granted. I mean, I think that's just like a basic rule in general of, you know, life. Well, number 9, I don't follow. Never go anywhere without a knife. Why not go anywhere without a knife? I don't even have a pocket knife. I don't know how to use a pocket knife. Whenever Rob has used says like, "Oh, just grab the pocket knife." I'm like, I don't know how to open it. I don't know how to close it. I'm kind of useless. Not useless, but I was a Girl Scout, not a Cub Scout. They didn't let us play with knives, or not play with knives, but we didn't get to do like that fun stuff. Well, at least you're following the rules, James. You always got one in your back pocket, huh? Gibbs rule number 10. Never get personally involved in a case. That is sometimes very hard to do. And I can refer to that rule from being in healthcare. They tell you don't get attached to your patients. How can you not, though, when you have like really good patients? How can you not get attached to the ones that actually made your day? Well, at least you're always prepared, James. At least you're always prepared. I at least carry like a blanket, an extra blanket in the car. And I don't know how to light matches, but I got a pack of matches in the car in case I ever needed them, but I don't know how to strike a match. Every time I do it, I end up breaking one. I always have a backup lighter just in case. First aid kit, the basics. Alrighty dighty here. Just kind of going around the edges, I guess, or going around and seeing where I can fill in and how few and far between I should go, and we'll see here. Yeah, we've had kind of a shitty week leading up from last weekend and this weekend. It's been kind of shitty. This apartment we're in, has been great up until this new property manager came in maybe about a year ago or so. And they're trying to tell us that we can't smoke in our apartments. Like, we get that. Like, cigarettes are nasty. Like, and I can understand why they don't want people like smoking cigarettes in an apartment. But like, they're saying you can't even smoke on your balcony, which is outside. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. And they the maintenance guys put up these like little designated smoking signs to put like 25 feet away from the building, basically. It's kind of a joke because this landlord is trying to say like they're going to come in and inspect our apartments looking for evidence of smoking. Like, ever since this landlord has come in, she's like eviction hungry. Like, when we moved into this apartment complex, when we moved into this apartment complex. We had a waiting list to get in here. Now they're giving away a free month's rent just to get the places freaking filled again. We found that out when we went to go pay our rent this past month. We went online to pay the rent, and he always looks at the the home page. Apparently, when new residents move in, they're getting a free month's rent. Where was our freaking free month's rent? We pay on time every time. We've been good tenants, we've never had any problems. And where's our free month's rent? We didn't get that when we moved in. It's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty crazy that, how bad property management has gotten in the last 5 years since we moved here. So it's kind of sad. We really want to get out of this place, but we just don't know how or where. We would love a house, but the housing market sucks. And it's just impossible to be comfortable because the economy is in trouble. Zillow, James. Rob's whole issue is that we just got our I mean, it's understandable. We just got our room back here set up the way we wanted. And now we want to get out of here because we're pretty much living in fear of being evicted all the time now, with all these rules and policies that they keep coming up with, like what's going to be next. So here we go so far. A lot of this will probably be trimmed down to it eventually, but that's where we're at so far. Here's the next rule. Number 11. When the job is done, walk away. What's up, Denny? Go do more yard work. I mean, it is a nice day out, Denny. I bet you got some good weather too. If we're here in the 50s, I bet you guys are doing really well on your weather out there. Thanks for popping on and saying hi. Really appreciate it. Oh, I just missed 420? Well, Stoneless time again. Now that was a good one. Okay, James. All right. Now we got that covered. Whew. That was 2 hits in a row, one for me and one for my brother James. How is my sound, James? I'm trying with a mic today. Any different? Any better? Do I need to talk quieter? Good and clear. Perfect. Good and clear, I'm good. Perfect. All right. Rule number 13. Never, ever involve a lawyer. Now, when Gibbs says this, though, is he referring to Tony hooking up with the hot women lawyers that come through? Or does he just mean don't get a lawyer involved? Because we all know how Denozo can be. If you're familiar with the show, the three that are watching here, besides James. I mean, if I could pick a favorite character on NCIS, my top favorite characters, like my top, like in order, it definitely goes, hey, girly pop! How are you, baby? Um, my favorite NCIS character definitely would be Denozo first. And then it would probably go Abby and Gibbs and Ducky. Like, they're definitely like my favorite characters. I could be better. Well, I hope you're doing okay, honey. Just keep smiling, keep your head up. I hope things are going okay for you. Got 4 in the house. What am I crafting? I am making a NCIS wreath for my aunt. For it's now gonna pretty be much her Easter gift, but was supposed to be her Christmas gift. But when I went home for the holidays, I uh couldn't bring much because I took the train. But I'm making my little ribbonette pieces to that are going on the wreath. I'm just putting them pieces together so I can pop them in the in my wreath there. I did some pre-cuts before I went live. Aw, thanks, babe. How are things out in Lima? Cheetos? Oh, I wish I had some Cheetos, James. I had a pretzel from the Sheetz gas station earlier for lunch. Yeah, it's bright and sunny here too. That's a good after work snack. Oh, girly pop, when I came out to Lima, that was a 3.5 hour ride for me coming out there. That was a long ride. Especially when it was crappy visibility and rainy the entire drive out there. That sucks. All those back ass country roads. That's why they put me in the hotel. Cause it took me that long to get there. Gibbs rule number 13. Or number 12. Never date a coworker. Oh, those are my favorite kinds of roads too, James. Just not when there's zero visibility and it's rainy and foggy and crappy. Never date a coworker. Can't say I've ever actually dated a coworker, but usually when I see that though, it never ends well for the other people. I have never dated a coworker. Oh, I bet, James. I light my vehicles up like Christmas trees. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how like the people that like actually deck out like their trucks or Jeeps like completely like Clark Griswold does his house, like I wonder how long that actually takes like to do and the maintenance it takes to take it all off at the end. Right, James? No, don't date coworkers. It's the worst idea. Because if you date a coworker, it either just gets both of you fired, one of you fired, or you end up breaking up and then you can't work with each other. After this YouTube, it has the Deftones playlist on the queue. Feels fitting. I wonder why Deftones is suggested after this. That's interesting. Or maybe it's what. Do you listen to Deftones a lot? I mean, that could be possible. I got like. I just realized, damn. And that one State Champs music video, the dude from fucking Neck Deep is in that. Like, that's kind of cool. I got my little emo playlist going on in the background here. State Champs is playing right now. All right, rule number 14. Bend the line, do not ever break it. I feel like that could be a wide range of like cross, but like how far can you cross the line basically? Because I definitely push it sometimes. Number 15. Always work as a team. I mean, that shouldn't even be, discussed. How are you ever going to get anything done if you don't work as a team? Oh, I'm just reading off Gibbs' rules on the sign that's in the center of my wreath. If you've ever seen the show NCIS Girly Pop, the main character Gibbs, the investigator that runs the NCIS team, he has all these rules, and my aunt is obsessed with the show, and I thought it would be fun to read off Gibbs's rules as I'm going through making the wreath. So I thought I'd make it a fun live stream reading off Gibbs's rules as we make the wreath, and yeah, just I thought it would just be more fun going live and crafting than sitting here by myself just doing it quietly. And yes, whoever pops on, and it doesn't matter how many views you get or anything like that. It's just coming on here, seeing who's on, the friendships that you make on YouTube, the family that you make on YouTube, and that's more fun. That's more important than any of the views, honestly. That's just how I feel it. Are the views nice? Yes. But as I say, slow and steady always wins the race. It's not about, how quick to get monetized or monetized at all, or it's just, I do it for the enjoyment and entertainment of socialization and friendship. Yes, Abby's the best, James. Yep, the character with the pigtails looks horrible. Yep, Abby with the spider web tattoo on her neck and the big emo shoes that she wears, which I have a pair of those. I'm proud to have a pair of them emo shoes. But you can't forget about good old McGee, McGeekle, McGeek, McProby, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I have a pair of emo shoes that I wore at the Green Day concert. James, I would go gay for her. No, gotta love that show. So on this metal poster here, it doesn't have all of Gibbs's rules. I think they just picked out like the best ones. You need a massive Mountain Dew right now. You must be pretty cotton mouth then. No, thanks for popping on, my girl. I'm so glad to see you're doing okay. You had me worried when I was out there working with you, but I'm glad you're doing okay. Just keep smiling, darling. That's all I can say. Keep smiling and keep your head up. Hey, when you're involved in a brand new fucking restaurant and that openings, they're hectic, they're crazy, and like, just remember you never did anything wrong. You did a great job. And I just feel like the managers were taking it out on some of the crew members, or they were taking it out on us as the NRO team. When things weren't going right or whatever, they didn't know how to handle the stress that well in the beginning, I think. And, you know, they got to understand, people have anxiety, people have, you know, dealing with personal issues outside of work, or no matter what the case is, like, at the end of the day, like, people who are above you still got to remember, like, it's still just, a job. And I think sometimes, like, when it's a brand new restaurant, the chaos can get to some people. But just remember, like, when I was training you and working with you, you were great. You did a good job. Just, like, what I told you, girl. And remember, I'm still proud of you. Remember that. Darling, you'll be okay, I promise. I'm still telling myself the same thing, too. You can do whatever you set your mind to, girl. And I gotta keep telling myself that, too. And I understand, hon. Closing isn't for everybody. I'm kind of fortunate right now. I don't have to close all the time. I pretty much only close once a week. But once that will change again once I become a higher level manager again, once I get my next promotion. But I will take what I can right now and only do my one close a week because closing at 1 a.m. freaking stinks, dude. You close, you lock your door at 1, lock the door at 1 a.m. and then you don't get home till about 2:30, quarter to 3. Makes for a long day and then you're up. People keep saying, "Well, you're young, you can handle it." I'm like, "Yes, but it still doesn't mean that you want to do it. You would why can't you work the hours that you would like to work?" Wish it was that easy, but obviously. If everybody could work what they wanted, it wouldn't be fair, honestly. I mean, it would, but it's like one of those odd scenarios. But I do believe that most places should be. I still feel like places should, accommodate, the hours that you have available and not, dismiss you just because you can't work a certain shift, in my opinion. And that goes for, not just fast food or restaurants. I'm talking about like healthcare or anything in general. Like some people can only work certain hours because of X, Y, and Z commitments or whatever the case may be. Right, James. It still takes a toll on you, young or not. The one thing that I think older people say is, "Well, you're young, you got energy. You're younger, you got more energy than the older people or whatnot." Like that. I mean, that still annoys you to a point because you're like, well, not saying anything bad about how it was for me growing up. I'm not even bashing it, but springtime, for example, my family did the downtown farmers market on Sundays, and we did a different farmers market on Saturdays. So Saturday and Sunday we were busy doing farmers market. Not a problem. Whatever. Except we were getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 days in a row. My dad and uncle and I. And by the time we were done with market, we came home and we collapsed. We were tired. And every other weekend, I was I was working as a nurse's aide at the same time. So I'd get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to market with my dad. We'd get home from market, and by 2:30, I was out the door heading to my 3 to 11 job at the nursing home, and then getting home at 11:30, and then getting right back up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go downtown for market. And my dad was like, "Oh, you're young, you can do it." I mean, yeah, I was young, but it you were still pretty much a fucking zombie by the time it was over. All right, here's another Gibbs rule. It's better to seek forgiveness than ask permission. So I kind of agree and disagree with that one. If you have to seek forgiveness, do you really want to be seeking forgiveness when it's coming to your job, worrying that you could possibly? If it's something that could get me fired, I am going to ask for permission. I am not just going to seek forgiveness and hope for the best. I don't think so. I don't think so. Rule number 22. Never ever bother Gibbs during interrogation? If you bother Gibbs during interrogation, it better be important. Oh, you have the same gizmo, girly? Nice, nice. Yeah, I love my little hookah bear. I've had that since like I've had him for a while. A while now. This wire's not cooperating. There we go. Sometimes it's flimsy and it doesn't want to poke through all the way right away. Thanks for stopping in, James. Love you, brother. Talk to you soon, Ben. Much love. Yeah, I like smoking out of my bong generally, but we've been kind of like I was saying earlier how our apartment complex is trying to say we can't smoke in here and they're going to be checking for evidence of anything smoking related and stupid bullshit like that. And we're like, no, 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 no. Like, that ain't fucking happening. So, we're kind of not smoking. Like, we're smoking, but we're just, like, being very careful right now about it. Because this new leasing office manager is a fucking psycho bitch. But we like dabs, we like our bongs, we like our and whatnot. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me, girly. I miss you. Whenever I see you comment my stuff, I'm always glad to see you commenting, and I always hope you're doing well. Where is this other one? Come on. Come on. Come on, you little fucker. There you go. There we go. Now I got it. Just fighting with my dumb boyfriend, so it's nice to have something to focus on. I'm here for you, girly. Men are stupid anyway. Yeah. Fighting's never fun. Never fun. As long as he doesn't put no hands on you. Ah, there we go. That's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. The sun's coming in again. I think I need to close the curtain a little bit more now. There we go. Yeah, there's another name for that. Thick skulled. It's called being a cement head. And I got that one from my grandfather. He'd tell us, stop being such a cement head. I gotta be careful with what I say about my grandfather. Because some of his sayings can get me in trouble and I don't know it. But I think cement head is okay. Alright, we got 2 more to pop in on the wreath here before we gotta start. Before I start, I gotta put some more together here. Got 1 more watching us again. Isn't autocorrect fucking weird sometimes? Whether my other mystery person watching is hello. So we got 2 watching here. And 1 more. I think I'm gonna put pom-poms like in between the little white gap spaces, I think, maybe. I think that would be cool. No, for real though. Autocorrect does the same freaking thing to me too. You have 2 guinea pigs? I used to have 5 guinea pigs. My husband, I used to have 5 guinea pigs. You could start doing like little like guinea pig videos. That'd be cute. Yeah, we used to have 5 guinea pigs and they used to be in we used to have them in this back room here and oh yeah. Are they boys or females? Since I'm working on some crafts here, I'll show you, do a little quick show and tell of some of the things I just made in the last months here. take a little show and tell break. 2 boys. We had 2 boys and we had 3 girls when we had our pigs. So we have this little koala that I made. And I even made the pom-poms. And then he was probably like my favorite that I made. In the other room, I have a sloth one that I made, but I'm just gonna stay back here and show what I got. 13 chickens? That's a lot of fucking chickens. And then I also made this one. This little cute one here. And I also put that one together as well. Nothing wrong with chickens. I know they can be mean, some of them, but I guess sometimes that's just the luck you get, I guess, right? And then this one here was my favorite wreath that I made this past winter. And Stitch was on my door all year round. Your friend would love that Stitch one. A lot of people tell me that the Stitch one is like their favorite or whatnot. How did that happen? One of my little ribbon pieces got my coffee. But yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and craft with whoever wanted to sit up and chill with me. And I appreciate it. It's a little crafternoon. No, it's just a little ribbon piece. I just got it out of there. Not a big deal. Coffee still tastes fine. Glad I caught it before I swallowed it, though. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to incorporate this pretty blue ribbon within this wreath. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it, but right, it would have been awful. So I am so looking forward to the nice weather tomorrow. 70 freaking degrees. Is it actually gonna be 70 freaking degrees? I hope so, because that would be really nice. What would I do? I don't know, but I'd find something to do. Whether it's go for a walk outside or something. I don't know. I do not know. Swimming weather. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. For sure. I don't necessarily go like swimming, but I will definitely be down at the pool just soaking up the nice sun for sure. So hopefully, usually they open our pool here at the apartments like it's like Labor Day weekend, I want to say. I think it's Labor Day weekend. It's either or Labor Day, excuse me, Memorial Day weekend. I think. Did you just like make like some like kind of cool like animal or face or something thing? That's kind of cool. I did get so confused. I'm like, what the heck is that? Ah, a little angry face. Okay. You're creative in that. I'm like, damn, like how do you do that? 2 more just joined the party. Welcome to the 2 that just joined. We are working on a wreath that is the TV show NCIS themed. I'll show a picture, I'll hold it up in just a moment. Oh, that's cool. The keyboard app? That's neat. I haven't had one of them like keyboard font apps in a while. For the 2 that are just joining us, or if you're coming back, here's what we're currently working on. This is a cool NCIS TV show themed wreath with the list of Gibbs rules on them. Making it for my aunt as a little gift that is a little overdue for Christmas and her birthday. But I'm driving home for Easter this time, so or just driving home for Easter, and I don't know if I'm seeing any of my like mom's side of the family at all, but she'll at least give it to my aunt the next time she sees her though, if I don't end up seeing them. So I've had this for like 2 years and I've just been kind of on the quiet side of I haven't really been making stuff lately and it's my bad. We've been just kind of in a rut and just trying to, how it is picking yourself back up from depression and anxieties and shit and hardships and whatnot, life. But just trying to get back into making things and doing the things I like and things that make me happy and going live makes me happy because You get to talk to awesome people like my girly pop or brother James or my pops Kev, Skevy Skev when he pops on, or you know, Beard or Rock. All the good people that support the channel and have help get the channel, you know, boosted and just up and going. I appreciate everybody. So to come on and do a live, even if it's just, 2 or 3 people, I'll take it. I'll sit here and talk to myself and talk to you guys and enjoy myself. Probably gonna get off here in a little bit once I pretty much finish up what ribbons I got and determine if I'm gonna pom pom the rest of it or not, with filling in the blank space or filling in the little holes here and there. Think some pom poms would be kind of cool to kind of put in the in betweens. So probably gonna end up doing that, but we'll see. Again, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And we're back down to 1. All good. It's all good. I know it's like 5 o'clock and people are making dinner, eating dinner, helping kids with homework or whatever the task may be. But we're here just having fun. Listen to music and just enjoying our time here together. Take another little puff break here. This is watermelon push pop. It's fantastic. It's kind of cool how, like, seeing the sunlight right now in the room and how the smoke from the blowing out the smoke, how the sunlight's hitting it and how the smoke's like dancing in the sunlight. It's kind of cool. I know maybe I'm just a little stoned, but I think it's kind of entertaining. Nice. What kind of sandwich did you make? Massive sandwich and chips. Nice. Did you get yourself your Mountain Dew? Bologna, roast beef, cheese, mayonnaise, and mustard. You enjoy that. I think I ate so much bologna as a kid. I really can't eat bologna anymore. Roast beef I can get behind, but just not the mustard. It depends on what cheese you got on there. I like a good pepper jack. Pepper jack, Colby jack. Generally, I like a good pepper jack, though. Pepper jack is definitely my favorite, for sure. No, no Mountain Dew. Oh, no. Alrighty. I've been, like, addicted to, like, Red Bull lately. Pepper jack on top. Hell yeah. You gotta go with pepper jack. I feel like there's no other cheese tops pepper jack. Unless it's maybe like a smoked Gouda or like I don't know. There's this we went to this place, I think it was called Middlefield Cheese out in Middlefield, and we got this cheese and it was like a slow roasted like garlic white cheddar or something. It was like so fucking delicious. You thought you were dying the one time you drank a Red Bull. Well, when we were at NRO's, we were drinking a lot of them Ghost energy drinks. I think on the one we were on, I think I had like three ghosts on that one close that we did. When it was that weekend close. Ooh. Green onion and chive cheese? Ooh. That sounds really good. Green onion and chive. Yeah, that sounds really good. I think I'm going to put these last three pieces on the wreath here and see where I'm at in placement on it. And then see how many more blue pieces I need to cut. Or if I'm just going to take a break. Munster cheese? I'm not sure if I've had Munster. I'm not sure. But finish kind of placing these around. and then seeing where I'm going to be popping up the where I'm going to pop the pop pop put the pom pom. Say that 3 times fast. So I'm going to work on that. And I got to make some more pom poms, I think. I don't have enough blue ones yet. And I got to go do some laundry. So it actually looks like I did something today. Sometimes I'm bad at not doing things on my days off because I mean I closed last night, so I kind of get like a small little free pass a little bit today. I was tired from last night, but slept in a little bit, got up, and I was like, I feel like doing a live stream. But let me get some supplies ready to do the live stream, so here we are. But gotta get my laundry done and just clean up a few little minor things. So we'll be good to go there and just one more day off tomorrow and got an interview for another part-time job or for a part-time job to accompany my full-time job because 35 hours a week just doesn't cut it anymore, sadly. I mean, if I didn't have to pay what I had to pay to fix up my car, I probably wouldn't be like thinking too hard about like wanting a second part-time job. But now that, I got hit hard a little financially, it's not that I got hit hard financially by any means, but um I had a decent chunk of change, you know, sitting in the bank account, and then the car breaks and you got to fix the car and you're struggling again. And it's like a really hard pill to swallow because I was doing, I say I was, I was finally, doing good. But I mean, I was proud of myself. I could pay for the car type of thing, but proud of myself I could pay for the car, but feeling sick to my stomach going, well, what am I going to do now? Because all that savings is gone. So applying for a second job it is. Trying to take responsibility and do what I gotta do. Sadly. I mean, the only way to make things better for yourself is if you do it. So I'm doing it. And I'm really hoping I get the job at Market District because it's a cool grocery store. It reminds me of Wegmans, which is a hometown. Uh um it's like Wegmans, which is like a back home, really cool, long time known, famous like grocery store. If you're from like the upstate New York area, you know what Wegmans is. Like you shop at Wegmans, your grandma shops at Wegmans, like your grandma's grandma shopped at Wegmans, like Wegmans is like the shit. Like Wegmans is like the best grocery store in the whole freaking whole freaking world, in my opinion. Well, folks, I'm going to hop off of here. We're almost done with the NCIS wreath. Thank you for joining me while crafting with me. Sitting and chilling, smoking, whatever the heck you're doing with me. Thank you for joining. I am signing off so I can go get some of my stuff done. Girly Pop, I'm so glad that you stopped in. Darling, you'll be okay. I promise. And for everybody else, peace, love, chicken grease. See ya.